headlocks today, okay? So when we talk about headlock defenses from standing, we have to know the psychology behind a headlock. And the head is one of the first things that somebody wants to grab, especially in self-defense, okay? Because the psychology is the head represents the being, right? So that's why you get your picture taken when you go and get your driver's license, because the head identifies you. So a lot of times when people get mad, the first thing they want to do is grab the head. Also, scientifically, the head is the highest point of leverage. So a lot of people want to grab it, okay? Especially my head, because I got a big old coconut. So what we're going to talk about is we have 3 tiers of where they can place the head, right? So on this first one, on this one that we're going to do today, is going to be, we want to keep our posture really strong. So let's say I'm standing like this and Blake is going to come up and grab my head. Now, because I've had my head grabbed a bunch and he kind of steps through, his intention is to grab and try to twist me down, right? Or hold me here and punch me in the nose, all right? But because I've had my head grabbed so many times, I don't want my head to come forward, because if my head goes forward, I'll do a front flip, right? So what we're gonna do is use our hips. So as he grabs me and he starts to bring my head down, I suck my hips in and I'm hitting him with my hips, okay? So the hips right here is my counterbalance to stop him from doing this, because if my butt goes out, I break that strength. Now, as all this is happening, my hands are coming in too to defend, because I don't want to get punched in the face. So we have to go hips, hands, immediately, right? So as I'm here like this and he goes up and grabs me, here, boom, I'm already here. Checking his hand, because what I don't want is when he grabs my head and that hand draws. If that hand draws, I'm still going hips and hand. I'm going to be addressing that. That's if they're disconnected, okay? So what I like to do is slap him right on the shoulder. So if his hands are disconnected and I feel that, boom, I slap him right on the shoulder, because if that hand swings, fires, I'm already defending. And then I'll pull through, and then I'll just be hugging him with my hips. But he's not gonna like that, because he'll pull his hand back. When he pulls his hand back, I'm gonna feed it right to here, okay? A lot of people are gonna wanna do this. This works. Straighten your arm to the floor. Boom, right out of it. But when I feed him like this and I hit him with the old side middle finger, right here, now stretch it to the floor. I got it. And 2, I'm just holding it like a karate stance, and I'm using my hips, okay? So we have what we call connection and disconnection, all right? So the first one we're gonna do is he comes up and he connects his hands together. Boom, I address the hand, my hips are in, nice and tight. Now, due to the camera, I will be moving him, but I'm hanging tough right here. If he decides to try to pull his hand back, I push it back with it, and I come around, side middle finger, and capture, and I keep my hips. Then from here, I'm gonna come and capture this hand, because he still got me tight. So I capture this hand. A lot of people are just gonna try to move the arm. That's not what we're doing. Hips are in, I do a little step out and look over my shoulder. Then from here, my posture and my chest are puffed. Now all I'm gonna do is suck out the back door. Now, once I get to here, I'm gonna ram that up his back. But you see this right here? I got no connection to him. He can literally just run forward, which is fine. We could do a disengage. But what I want you to think about is, as I do this to here, this hand that I was holding on to is gonna slide through and capture right to here like this. And now I can still be holding him. All right, and this is good for law enforcement, security, or 2, if I just need to hold him here because I'm being a good Samaritan. If you need to get out, you disengage and you run, okay? So let's do this again from the connect. All right, so he comes up and grabs me, hop, boom, hips and hands, hips and hands. All right, now from here, I'm just kind of hanging tough. If he draws that hand back, I push it back, I grab it with the side middle finger, and then from here, I'm still hips in, self-defense, self-defense, self-defense. Grab this arm, puff and step out the back door. Punch this hand through, capture and hold. All right, and I'm just hanging out here. We call this a single arm hold. Right there, see it? So I'm just here like that, single arm hold, cup that shoulder, boom. I can set him down and just hang tight. If you're law enforcement, it's a good cuff, easy cuff, okay? So that's from the connection. Now, let's look at the disconnection, which means he immediately grabs my head and his hand's already back for the fist, for the punch. You might eat one, that happens, okay? But from here, when he grabs me and I start to feel it, I attack him before he attacks me. And if you touch the shoulder is the beginning of the punch. So I smack that shoulder and then I slide through and I capture his arm. And then I'm just gonna be wrestling him. If I feel him pull his arm back, boom. Because right here, he doesn't like that. He pulls his hand back, boom, I capture it. Puff my hips back up. Here, he's grabbing my head still, and I'm just hanging. Capture one, step out the back door, double arm hold, and I'm hanging out, okay? Or I disengage. I put the double arm hold in there for people that have to be that are law enforcement, security, good Samaritans that want to hold people. But really the move, guys, just get out, right? So one more time on the disconnect. Here it comes in. Oh, boom! I'm already in. I'm pulling this arm. We're kind of tussling. He pulled up, boom, hips out the back door. Capture. Even here, if he slips away and starts to run, that's fine. Push him. Because if he fails, fail forward. So that is going to be our headlock, and what we refer to as take the back or out the back door, and it's the punch version. So like I said, we have the connect. They connect, start to hold us, and then want to punch, or the disconnect where they just try to hold you and hit you right out the gate.